how to improve your self-control so you don't over-pursue. Hi guys, my name is Christine Loveridge and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I'm talking about how to improve your self-control so you don't over-pursue. So it happens a lot, okay? We meet someone who we really like and we're so afraid of losing them that we over-pursue. We send too many messages because all the time we are hoping to find validation that they still are interested in us, which is why if we don't hear from them, we over-pursue. We text them saying, hey, what's up? Because we're worried that we're about to lose them. And basically that's what it is. When you're over-pursuing, you're seeking validation. You're seeking, do they still like me? Are they still interested? Because what tends to happen when we first meet someone, especially if we are really attracted to them, we get caught up in our own interest. We get caught up in this fantasy that we have in our head about this person. And we listen to love songs, we just, daydream about them, imagine what it would be like to marry them and have kids. And, sometimes this happens without even going out on a first date with them. And already you have this preconceived attachment to them and this preconceived notion of what they are like, when in reality you don't know who they are yet. I talked about this a lot in a previous video on how to handle rejection from girls, so please go and check that one out as I go into that in a little bit more detail in that video. So the first point that I want to make is how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you don't have the emotional self-control to refrain yourself from over-pursuing a girl or a guy, you probably have self-control issues in other areas of your life. So perhaps you miss out on workouts, or perhaps you say to yourself, oh, I'm not going to eat chocolate cake today, but then you go ahead and eat some chocolate cake. Or you say you're going to study for an hour, but you don't do it and you do something else instead. So basically, if you have self-control issues in other areas, then yeah, it's more likely that you're probably going to over-pursue and not have emotional self-control in other areas as well. So basically what you need to do is to have more overall emotional self-control, or just self-control in general. And then that should then spread into the other areas. So if you have more self-discipline and more self-control when it comes to what you eat, how you work out, when you're at work, when you're studying, whatever it is that you're doing, if you just practice more self-control in your life, then that will automatically make you feel a bit more confident and boost your esteem levels, I guess, and it will also improve your self-control when you are talking to the people that you are interested in and prevent you from over-pursuing, sending too many messages, calling them up too much. So the second point I want to make is to remove temptation. Let's say you have this habit of messaging them on Facebook every morning, and it's putting them off you. They're not sending you as many messages back. And basically you're just over pursuing, then one of the things that you might want to do is to avoid having Facebook on your phone. Perhaps just have it on your PC instead. Avoid the temptations and the triggers that makes you over pursue. So that might be removing your social media apps, doing something else in the morning instead. So instead of sending them a message, you decide that, okay, when I wake up, that's not the first thing I'm going to do. I'm not going to check my messages. I'm not going to send her one or him one. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do something else. You need to remove the temptation and replace it with something better, because if you don't have the temptation there, then you're not going to do it. It's like if you want to lose weight, you get rid of all of the crappy food in your house. So, that's what you do. You remove the temptation. That's what a lot of people do that are trying to lose weight. So, if you are trying to stop yourself from over pursuing, then remove the triggers that allows you to do that. And you may say, well, what if I, get a message from them? Well, if you have it on your PC or you make it harder to get to, that might help. So let's say, okay, well, I'm only going to have my social media apps on my iPad or my tablet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in a hard place to get to. So put it in like the back of a cupboard, or just remove it from your visual sight. Just put it somewhere where it's hard to get to, or put it in a drawer so at least you can't see it. And then just only use it for that. Don't have it on your phone, have it on something else. The next thing that would be really good for you is to distract yourself with things that are good for you. Because if you're spending a lot of time over messaging or just checking your phone all the time to see if they've messaged you, doing all that kind of stuff, then obviously there is some, you know, time on your hands that you are wasting. So basically you want to fill that time with something different. You want to fill it with something else. So it could be making a project, it could be a creative endeavor, or it could be, you know, maybe you build websites or something. You could start building a new website. You know, do start a new project, do something in that time. You could use that time for exercise, you could use that time for cooking or cleaning or doing something else. So if you always have this habit of, let's say you go to work and then you come back home, and then that usual time when you come back home you check your phone and check your messages and send them a message, then perhaps do something else when you get back in. So perhaps this could be exercising or working on that project. But basically the idea is you need to fill that time with something else and distract yourself with things that are good for you. So I've been talking about this a lot. People who watch my videos religiously probably get annoyed with me, but I need to cater to those people who might just be finding this video that might be their first video they ever see of mine. You know, you need to do things that are good for you, not things that are like instant gratification things, like going for, you know, the junk food, or drinking, or, you know, just basically avoiding responsibilities, anything that takes you away from, you know, responsible things that are good for you. So basically how to determine if something is bad for you is if you regret doing it. So if you eat a lot of food and then you regret it a day later, then obviously that was something not good for you. Okay, it's like that saying, like, no one ever regrets a workout. So everyone's always happy that they did a workout, pretty much, unless you really injure yourself. But the rule of thumb is you never regret a workout. So if it feels good in the moment but it's something that you regret later on, it's not good for you. Whereas if you do something that may suck but you're glad that you did it, that's good for you. Or you do something that is good for you and you're glad that you did it, that's also good for you. So fill your time more with things that are good for you and that you don't regret. I would also recommend like watching educational things, listening to podcasts that have like an educational basis, basically things that can help improve yourself. Watching videos like this, they don't have to be my videos. There's plenty of dating coaches out there. There's plenty of coaches on the relationships and personal development. So go and watch someone else's videos, or you could watch mine. You know, watch things that are good for you, that can help you in some way, because that will make you a more competent human being. That will make you more intelligent. It will make you more esteemed, shall we say, and confident. So anyway, I hope this video has helped you. If you have any tips yourself, then please leave it in the comments. Also leave in the comments anything that you would like me to discuss in a future video, and I will get to it as soon as I possibly can. If you would like coaching and help with me personally, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com/shop. Alternatively, you can use the email address provided in this video's description box. Please like, please subscribe, and I shall talk to you guys again very soon. Bye guys.